Okay, guys, so we are actually testing our last turn deck for good format, and this is actually one of our first games that we're doing. So I won't be showing you the ratings because I don't really play Dueling Book that much. So first hand, as you can see, we have Twin-Headed Behemoth, which is very good. We have Ball of Weaving Light. We have Last Turn. We have Delinquent Duel, and we have Jaws of Dark Demise. All really good cards. So we draw into Solemn Judgment, which is definitely a guaranteed auto win. So right away, what we're going to be doing is just play Delinquent Duel. Doesn't really matter. Just got two cards. We're going to set the three and then put the gels. Now this is already combo and you're going to see exactly why. So as soon as it's our opponent's turn on their draw phase, we're going to activate the Wall Revealing Light, paying 6,000. And then we're going to activate last turn. Now, why this is so good is because if there's any interruptions at all, we could just activate the Solemn Judgment, and that's the end of the chain links. So why it's very good with Jaws is because, or Jaws, Jaws. I'll just call him Jaws. The reason why it's so good with Jaws is because when your opponent declares an attack, you flip and you take control of it. So then you're the only one left with a monster. So he attacks, we activate the effect, you take control of Sanjay. And face, he wants the Sanjay back, but no, we're resolving last turn. So he's going to admit defeat. Now, judging from the mills, we could see that he was playing a kind of burn deck. So I definitely cited the Dust Wombat in, and I did get rid of like the Mirror Force, Torrential Tributes, stuff that it's not really too relevant for burns. So we're going to see how that works. He plays Paw of Greed. Okay. Ooh, wait, Pyramid Turtle. Oof. Okay. Obviously. So he's going to obviously get rid of the Cyber Jar. Very nice. Let's see. Okay. We're just going to pass. To be honest, there's not much we could do right now. We could have set and then done what? Maybe Walls of Revealing Light. Especially for a burn deck, you don't want to commit too much because they could do cards like Secret Barrel and then just cripple you even more and then you just lose the game. So we're trying not to spend money on life points at the moment. But even though he did summon that giant rat. Okay. So Cat of Ill Omen. Okay, so now we can start putting some defenses since he has two monsters and that 26 does hurt. Oof. That's going to hurt. Okay. So we're definitely going to pay the 2,000. Ooh, Solemn Judgment. I think we're dead, guys. Yeah, definitely dead. Oh, Whew. Such a nice card. Okay, we have 3,400. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's activate Wall in hopes that he's going to forget that wave motion cannon. I'm hoping. Oh, he forgot the wave motion, and look what we drew. Oh, Jargon. Ooh, the Spiritualist. This is guaranteed game. Now, this is the hard thing because we could normal summon Jargon, risk a few things, and then we won't have the any OTKs. But if he's sided and he's prepared, he could put Mystic Swordsman, so he could definitely win just by attacking my set Jaws. So, oh, okay. Okay, we're going to do the Jargon and we're going to see what's going to happen. Okay. Nightmare Reel. Only standby phase. Okay, so draw phase. We're going to activate last turn. And he wrote no, but he has no chain. And we win. Damn. Now you see, this is why you don't scoop, guys, because if we scoop, we would have lost that game just because of the attack. But no, we believed that he was going to forget the wave motion cannon, so we did not scoop. Yeah, that was pure luck. Now let's check the deck. Okay, guys, so here is my last turn deck for GOAT format. Now, as you can see, it's pretty simple what it is. So here, last turn, what it pretty much does is when you're at 1,000 life points or less, you can pretty much pick one monster on your side of the field, send all other cards in both players' hands and field everything to the graveyard except for that monster you select. And then your opponent's supposed to summon a monster, and then the two monsters that you select and the one that he's supposed to summon from deck, both battle. And whoever has a monster remaining on the field at the end phase wins the game, or any other circumstances, it's a draw. So that is all what this deck does, pretty much. It's trying to win with last turn. So ways to actually do it is by either you just take a bunch of damage from your opponent or you pay. So this is what we have to pay. So while we're being light, pretty much you pay by the thousands. So your opponent cannot attack with a monster with less attack than the amount that you pay. So ideally you would pay, like if you were at 8,000, you would pay literally 7,000 and then you can activate last turn. Now, what makes the deck good is also the ways of how you're going to win and what is the monster that you're going to select. So a few of them already know about Jowgen, the Spiritualist, that pretty much your opponent cannot special summon. So that means you select it, and then when it sends everything, your opponent, since he cannot special summon, he won't have a monster on his side of the field. But there is other ways to win, like Jaws over here of Dark Demise. All it does is pretty much a snatch steal till the end of the turn. Now that does not seem too good, but with last turn it's really good because when the two monsters battle, it flips Jaws, which takes control of the opponent's monster. So then the only one that controls the monster is actually you because you took control of your opponent's monster. And at the end phase, you decide which one resolves first. So obviously you only have the last turn resolve first. So then you win because your opponent doesn't have a card. Now, sometimes it can potentially backfire of last turn because it has to be at the end phase for last turn to resolve. So let's say you send like a Sanjan, okay, right over here with your last turn and your opponent adds a monster. Now he could search a monster and technically he could actually just summon another monster and could actually win like that. But that's a very rare exception. Now, or other cards that we have also helps to make draws. So DD Warrior Lady helps for draws. Also with Twin-Headed Behemoth, that also helps with draws. And also depends on the circumstance. You could maybe win with Cyberjar. I never did with Cyberjar just because I usually use Cyberjar to do more deck thinning than actually use it as one of last turn. But another card you can use it with is actually Shiny Angel as well. So you can make draws with Shiny Angels. And then we have counter drops because definitely if we are picking Jowgen, we don't want our opponent to chain Book of Moon to it because if they do, then they can actually special summon a monster. So Solemn Judgment definitely ends the chain links and also Spell Shield as well since they are counter traps. So this is pretty much the last turn deck. It's pretty simple. It's a lot of fun. We have 3 of Cat of Ill Omen. I know it's kind of slow because it puts the trap on top of the deck, but it's actually still pretty good and it kind of speeds up a bit. But this is good format, so anything that puts anything anywhere is fast. So, and it's actually a good deck. I actually topped with this deck, actually. I just haven't really been playing on Dueling Brook, but yeah. And then for Scythe, 3 Dust Wombat. If you're not familiar with this card, it kills any burn deck. If you're scared of burn decks, this thing kills it. It's level 3, so it gets through Gravity Bind, level limit area B, and you take no damage. So definitely a main. And then the other ones are just cute little attacks like Protector, DD Designator, Necro Valley, Nobleman's, a third one, and then 3 time seals. And that's pretty much my last turn deck.